Hello everyone, this is Lisa the Poet here at OneWrestling.com. I'm here to give you this week's Raw report. I know last week I said that I wasn't going to give you the results, but I'm going to change that this week. I figure if I give you the results, it will be easier for me to tell you what I thought of it. So here goes. So we begin with the romantic duo. You know who I'm talking about, Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens. So they're in the ring. They're talking about the match from Roadblock. And Chris Jericho decided to add Santa Claus to his list, which was pretty funny. Mick Foley came out. You've heard of a ugly Christmas sweater. He was wearing an ugly Christmas shirt, and it had like a Chris Jericho style to it, which I thought he looked amazing in. But anyway, Mick Foley talked about having a match, a rematch involving Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns at Royal Rumble. This time, Chris Jericho will be locked in a shark cage high above the ring. That way, he does not get involved. So, of course, Chris Jericho wasn't having it. He, stepped inside the cage, and I guess they were testing out the cage, and he was locked inside. He was raised up, and he was freaking out. Ordering Foley to get him down. And I thought I was afraid of heights. But yeah, that was the end of that segment. Moving on to the first match of the night. We have a rematch involving Rusev and Big Cass. What I like about this match was the fact that Big Cass was aggressive. He opened a can of whoop ass on Rusev. Unfortunately, he lost by DQ. So I'm looking forward to seeing this feud continue. Moving on to a segment involving former women's champion Sasha Banks. So she came out, and I have to give her props. She came out in crutches, and she admitted that Charlotte was the better woman last night in their match. She showed good sportsmanship and invited Charlotte out to congratulate her. Unfortunately for her, Nia Jax came out, confronted her, and attacked her while she was on crutches. What I like about this segment was the fact that we get to see Nia Jax in the feud against a former women's champion. We get to see this push that I think that Nia Jax deserved. Of course, I didn't like the fact that she had attacked Sasha Banks the way she did, but at least we get to see this feud, and I like to see the dominance of Nia Jax in this women division. I like to see more of that. Moving on to a backstage segment involving the new tag team champions, Sheamus and Cesarro. So Mick Foley approached them with the new tag team titles. They have a new look. Red matches the color Raw, and the tag team titles. I thought they looked good. In my opinion, they look good. And of course the champions, they were digging it. But Mick Foley had to be pulled away because Braun Stroman was causing hell backstage. He was going crazy. Braun Stroman wanted Sami Zayn or else. Unfortunately for Braun Stroman, Sami Zayn, he wasn't in the building. He had to go home. It wasn't. What Braun Strowman did afterwards wasn't pretty, which I will talk about later. Next is a Cruiserweight match involving Noam Dar and Cedric Alexander. Cedric Alexander had an impressive victory. And after the match, Dar said that all he wants for Christmas is Cedric Alexander's girlfriend, who is Alicia Fox. So I think this is Dar's way to get into the head of Alexander. That's just my opinion. Maybe he does have the hots for Alicia Fox. I mean, who wouldn't? She is a very attractive woman. But it could be a way for Dar to get inside Alexander's head. Who knows? Next, we have a tag team match, an 8-man tag team match involving the team of New Day and the team of Cesaro and Sheamus versus the team of Gallows and Anderson and Shining Stars. But before I get to that match, I want to say I really dig the entrance, the ring entrance of Sheamus and Cesaro. I like the whole 007 theme to it, and they were back to back when the lights came back on. So I thought that was a cool entrance. I just want to express how much I really love that entrance, and I like this attitude, this big ego attitude of Sheamus. How he thinks he thought he was the one who won that tag team match last night. It wasn't that because of him they're champions. Well, but yeah, I just dig this big ego and of Sheamus, and he talked about the fact that he talked about New Day being the longest reigning tag team champions, but he plans on topping that. He said, well, they can do 483 days. I can do 20 years, which it might be impossible, but hey, miracles do happen, I guess. But anyway, so the team of New Day and Cesaro and Sheamus won that match. Of course, Cesaro did the big swing into the sharpshooter. It was a good match, and I also like the fact that New Day was very positive about losing the tag titles, especially after being champs for 483 days. They looked at it as a I guess they say, well, you know what, if Ric Flair can be champion for 16 times, oh hey, we can too, so anyway, moving on to Neville. He made an impressive return last night. I have to admit, as much as I really love the friendly side of Neville, I'm starting to dig this dark side of Neville. He had a change of look, change of attitude, and he scolded the fans for cheering for him. And so Rich Swann came out to confront him. Kendrick came out. Both men attacked Rich Swann. TJ Perkins came out to help out, but Neville was, he viciously attacked both TJ Perkins and Rich Swann. This new side of Neville, I honestly starting to dig, because I think this is going to work for him. I think he can. I think this will help him be very dominant in the Cruiserweight division, and I predict that, I'm pretty sure there will be a title match involving Rich Swann and Neville. I have a good feeling that Neville is going to win the title from Swann. That's just my opinion. Then we have a match involving Sin Cara and Titus O'Neil, which was cut short because Braun Stroman decided to come out and attack both men. And not only that, He destroyed the, the ramp. It was decorating Christmas trees and presents. I knew that wasn't going to last long. The decorations, I knew that wasn't going to last long. And so yeah, he pretty much destroyed the setting on top of the ramp. I mean, he launched Sin Cara to a giant Christmas tree, and Sin Cara was just out. So moving on to a segment involving Charlotte and Bayley. So Charlotte came out, bragged about her match against Sasha Banks. Bayley came out and brought up the idea of, well, now that the rivalry between Charlotte and Sasha Banks is over, maybe they can begin a new rivalry between Charlotte and Bayley. Sounds like a good idea to me. And then they had a match, and I have to admit, Bayley brought her A game. She really hung in there in that match. Towards the end, it looked like Charlotte was going to win, but Bayley got her in the backslide pin, and now they're 3-0. So Bayley won 3 matches over Charlotte. So in my opinion, I think she's entitled to, to a championship match against Charlotte. You never know. Bayley could be the next women's champion. So we'll see. Before I get to the last match, I want to talk about this sensitivity training. There were, different segments of this of the sensitivity training in the last 2 hours of the show. It involves Enzo Amore. Enzo, what am I saying Enzo for? Enzo Amore. I need my coffee. It involves Enzo Amore, and I guess one of the segment involves him getting a letter saying that because he was walking around nude backstage, and back in November, they order him to take this training class or whatever. So he went to the sensitivity training, which he was very reluctant to go, and he had this role reversal with Jinder Mahal. Unfortunately, at the end, he was double teamed by Jinder Mahal and Rusev. I guess what I don't like about this, I guess this segment could, they could have done better with this segment. I wanted to see Big Cass come in and save the day. But the only thing I like about this segment was the fact that we're starting to see a team between Jinder Mahal and Rusev. I mean, those two are possibly teaming up so they can have this feud with Big Cass and Enzo Amore. I think it would be interesting to see Rusev and Jinder Mahal work together as a team. But anyway, moving on to the main event of the show. We have the team of Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins versus the team of Jericho and Owens. The match ended when Braun Stroman came out and attacked Rollins and Reigns. What I did not like about the match was the fact that we didn't get to see who would win between the team of Rollins and Reigns and the team of Owens and Jericho. So that was the unfortunate part of the match. Anyway, I guess we'll see what will happen at the next Raw episode. I'm Lisa the Poet. Have a great night.